And just like that, we live once again. 5 minutes late, but we was chatting it up. Time got away from us. But we
Six
here
minutes if you
now.
call it Android time. No shade.
Yes. 6 minutes. So
6 minutes. But yeah, we here.
yes,
We're back. Welcome.
we're back.
Okay, baby. First of all, Gemini Films
Yes,
is
shout out to
in the
Gemini
building. Thank you for
Films
being
for
here,
being
Gemini
here.
Films. But
Yes.
welcome back to another. I always, I have to just put the emphasis on it. But welcome back to another live rendition of Key and Carrie, where we key. Come through air horn.
Yes.
Yes, but where we key.
And we carry.
I'm Troy.
I'm Damon.
And we are here on this good but chilly Saturday night. Baby, I'm sorry
Yes.
to derail, but it's crazy. Literally 2 weeks ago, it was like 90 degrees outside.
And it was
Baby,
light. It was light
like
outside
40 degrees
too.
outside right now. Like,
Like,
yeah, the seasons are changing, but yeah, we're back on this good Saturday.
mhm.
Another review for you guys. Bad Boys Club, Texas, season 8, Gemini Films, Texas. I'm sorry, season 8,
Not that other shit.
the reunion part. Uno dos tres trio.
Yes.
Okay, she's bilingual, not bisexual.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Tell us what else. What else do you want to tell the people? Like,
Yes. Part 3 of the Gemini Films Bad Boys Club Texas reunion.
mhm.
We're just, here to talk our shit. Get our input on part 3 of this, the madness, baby.
Yes.
The
So
chaos, but
this wraps up season 8. I think
it
this is the perfect time to
does.
talk about like what did you think? What are your overall thoughts on season 8 of Bad Boys Club?
Ooh,
Now that it's all over.
I'm sorry, I didn't stir that. Look at me, I'm professional as hell. Mixing my drink on the clock, baby.
Uh,
Season 8 was okay.
mhm.
Compared to season 7, I felt like some of the cast members were furniture.
Okay.
Like Keith said, everybody, it was a couples retreat, so I feel like we didn't get really a lot of personality aside from a few other people, but there were like a few breakout stars, in my opinion, this season. Bonnie and Diego. I also like Maj and Colton, so shout out to them, big ups to them. But overall, I felt like the season was okay. The
Okay.
cast could have been better casting. How about you,
I agree
Mom?
with you. No, I definitely
Also,
agree
let
with
us
you.
know in the comments how y'all feel about season 8.
Yes, and thank you to everybody that's watching right now. Hope y'all having a good Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like the casting this season it hung on the casting. I think like the casting was really what kind of was a disconnect for me, I guess. Like they had the house, they had more space, so it was like I need season 7's cast and
In this
season
house, in
8
season
space.
8 house.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
I need. That's what I
Yep.
need.
Yep.
Um
Get season 7 away from them animals.
yes.
Get season
Or more
7
like
away
get
from
them
them
animals
poor
away
animals.
from season 7. Like but yeah, I thought the season was okay. There were definitely moments and people on the show that I enjoyed. But and I did like Gemini Films like step up in production, like just the editing, the cameras, like just the way they handled things. I feel like it was more professional than any other Bad Boys Club season that I've ever seen. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, the casting, yeah, I don't know what was going on. I need to speak to the casting director, because what was you thinking casting some of these people? No shade.
You know what I say. I ain't gonna repeat it because
What head was you thinking with when you casted some of these people? Because
there you go,
listen, I'm just saying. I'm just
baby.
saying.
Just because they light
Um,
skin or Hispanic does not mean that they're interesting or good for TV.
here
I'm
you
just
go.
saying.
Here you go.
I'm just saying.
Here you go.
You know it's the truth.
Getting us canceled. Let me highlight some
I'm just
comments to
saying.
get
I
away from
love
that
Gemini
them
films, but
allegations.
yeah.
Shout out to 98 Sparks. Thank you for being here. They said this season's casting was okay until 3-4 of the bad boys were voting for the entire time. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of them like stayed for so long and like they didn't do anything. So it's just kind of like, why are you still here? You should have went. Like when Vonnie was like, I'm gonna go home. I'm like, damn, you the one that want to volunteer to go home? Like, I feel like somebody else should have left,
Should
but
have left.
it
Definitely.
is what it is. Um, hi Pisces, thank you for being here.
Thank you, everybody
Definitely
that's
seen your
here.
face before.
Everybody there.
But she said, "Hey y'all, hey." Season 8 overall was a little underwhelming due to the casting and stagnant characters, but The reunion saved it a little. Season 7 boys would have humbled most of the season 8 boys. That's very true. It kind of reminds me of Bad Girls Club, where you would watch a season and then you would be like, oh, these are the girls that's running the house in this season. And then you're like, damn, if they was on another season, this would not be going the same way. Like, they would not be given the same. Yes, but I agree. Like, stagnant characters. And yeah, I feel like it was a little underwhelming, but I do think the reunion like shed light on some things that we didn't know like throughout the season. So I appreciated that. Yes, I appreciated the the producing. Okay. Mona Scott Young Jr. in here. I here for it. Here for it. Shout out to Beast Mode 5. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
They said, yes, Diego held the beginning of the season. Vonnie held the middle of the season. And Maj held the reunion. True. I could see that. They definitely did their part. They carried. They carried the
They
season.
did. Maj was in there, like, just fathering the boys.
He was dog walking their ass. Verbally.
He was literally
like at one point I was kind of like, okay, Maj, we get it. They pussy. We get it. We know they ain't gonna do shit. I feel like you beat a dead horse at this point because none of them are gonna get up and fight you. Like, if you gonna rush the couch, go for it.
Like, oh, if it was Koten, like,
yeah, I did appreciate him pointing out the hypocrisies for sure. Mm-hmm. But
big ups to Maj for that.
Yes. 98 Sparks said, yeah, they could have kept Jacob and Alex for real. Facts. Yes, for sure. Let me highlight a couple more and we can move on. Vonnie D and Maj made the show. I feel Diego would have too if he stayed longer, and Kelton grew on me a lot as well. Yeah, I mean, they definitely made the show. I feel like Diego just wanted to have a good time. I kind of wish, like, damn, it's kind of messed up that like he had to go for like his own mental health, because like he seemed like he wanted to have a fun time. Like, he could have been like because outside of like Vonnie, like nobody else wanted to just have fun. Everybody else was just giving either boring as fuck or I want to fight everybody all the time. Besides Darion, but y'all was calling him a whore. So I don't know. I don't know.
Karan was very descriptive with that. He was like, Karan, you kind of need your ass for this question.
Karan was giving very messy in that button-up shirt.
Very
messy. Okay. And that martini
very
glass.
Messy.
I said,
I was living for Karan, though. I said, come on, fucking Barbara Walters,
right?
Little Gail King.
Like, you know what it was giving? He was so shady. It was kind of giving that season of Love and Hip Hop New York when they were trying to, I think it was when Erica Mena and Olivia had like the same song. I guess Rich Dollaz was trying to get them both the same song. And Monica Yo was like, well, Erica, you could get up and sing your song and get your check. I was like, this is so shady. That's what Gemini Filmz was giving. But yeah, not to derail. But yeah, I think that this season was okay. I'm looking forward to next season just to like see the improvement in production and like just to see who they cast, because I think if they cast the right season next season, they could have a really good show. Unfortunately, they casted some duds this season, but yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next season. But let's get right on into the episode, the final episode of season 8 of Bad Boys Club. But yeah, so we resume back on the I guess like the fight. It's like a full-on brawl. What are the mini brawls that happen at this damn reunion, this club? And I wonder, was they there when these people was acting a fool in their damn establishment?
You know they was. Because I think the owner was the reason why Darion couldn't come back into the venue.
Oh my God. I'm just like, all of this, right? And then all the people that was in the audience just looking at the people fight was sending me. Another thing that was sending me was Darion calling Maj by his government name. I'm like, I wonder, was he calling him that after the trip to Toronto? Because you know that's when they got it.
Probably during the trip to Toronto. And if you want to be, probably before the trip to Toronto, baby.
I'm just wondering if that trip, that took their relationship to the next level. I wonder, is that when he started calling him by his government? Like, I know you now biblically, so I can call you by your government.
I know you biblically. So he was like, he said, I think Kareem. I was like, who the fuck is Kareem?
Right. I
Baby,
was
I
like,
know Maj,
Kareem.
but I don't know Maj biblically. So that's why I know Maj. Okay.
He
Shout
was
out to
calling
that.
that man Kareem. I
By
said,
his
who is
government.
Kareem? Like, that is so funny. Um, not to derail again, but it's kind of given that season. I'm coming with the reality TV references,
Come
but
through
that
again.
season of Black Ink Crew when oh shit, I think he married
Oh, he
some
got
girl and she was
released?
calling him by his government name.
Calling him
They was
Richard.
like, who
I
the
was
fuck
like,
is
who?
this?
Who was
That's
this
what
man?
it was given. Like, I know you biblically, so I could call you by the name that your mama named you. Um, but yeah, I said the scene between Darian and D, like the separate interview, was hilarious. It was kind of giving like an awkward closure to their relationship. Like, I feel like they needed to like kind of sort this out to like bury the unfinished business, I guess. But I guess so it cuts back between the actual reunion because once they get into the brawl, Darian and D end up leaving after D started with old boy with the he had the fishnet like arm things that people would wear in middle school.
My
Like
goodness.
no, that's the only thing I'm like really remembering about him because it was like a random person that he started fighting. You know, when D get upset, he just started attacking random people or trying to fight
I
random
think
people.
it might have been
But
Modest's best friend. Did he have on a hat?
is that who he was talking about? I thought he was talking about Shane when he said that Maj's best friend, he got into it with Maj's best friend because he also
Oh no,
fought
that was
Shane.
the guy with the hat on. He was sitting next to D
Okay.
on the couch, and they got into a fight.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay. So yes, I guess he fought D ends up fighting Maj's friend. And did anybody notice the weird edit that they did at this point? Because it was like they cut to Judy saying, "Is that Karan?" And then they cut to them like I guess getting into it and like about to fight. And then they cut back to her like, "No, Karan, blah, 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 Karan." And I'm like, why are they acting like Karan is about to fight? Like, I don't know. It was confusing to me, but I don't know if anybody else caught that. But the way they edited it made it seem like Karan was about to fight, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, that's not happening. But yeah, they end up fighting, and no shade, but old boy seemed to have treated D because when they pulled back, his face was leaking like a big
Well,
ass fucking gash.
D said he got jumped
By who?
by Maj, Kelton,
Maj Ant.
and Kelton. Now I'm sorry,
Oh,
Maj, Kelton, and Maj's best friend. Oh,
yikes.
with the fishnet arm guard on.
That's crazy. I mean, when you start shit with a bunch of people, I'm not advocating for jumping, but I do feel like when you just feel like you can attack anybody at any given moment, it's eventually some shit is gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like
you put that energy out, it's
eventually,
gonna come back.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of fucked up that they jumped him. Also at this point, I was also looking at Kilton sideways because I do feel like speaking of putting a battery in somebody's back, I do feel like Maj put the battery in Kelton's back. I feel like the fact that he felt like he had his back, he could just do whatever. Because I'm like, why are you even attacking D? Like, you and D, like, what was y'all issue? But he ran up on D, swung on D, D swung on him. And then when D swung on him, he was like, oh, he's trying to hit me, like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, you swung on him first. So, like, of
Right.
course he's coming back to you. But I don't know. I think he was getting a little carefree with the protection with the bodyguard services that Maj provided for him. Oh my god. But 98 Sparks said Kelton and Maj versus D at this point, as well as D versus audience members. Yes. I just feel like when D gets angry, he just starts trying to attack anybody. Like whoever is around can get it. And yeah, that's gonna lead to more trouble for him. So nah, the Darian and D scene was boring in my opinion. Again, love couples. I kind of got my life from it. Maybe because I was high. I'm not gonna lie. But that made me it made me laugh just because the antics were hilarious.
It
And
was very much the feelings and emotions are still there.
yes,
Like
yes. Oh my god, we gonna talk about it. He was Kelton or
very much
Maj's friend. I
never mind, we're gonna talk about it.
D was saying that it was Maj's friend. I guess that's why they had an issue versus I guess they didn't have an issue up until that point. Um But yeah, we gonna talk about the seemingly bipolar energy that was happening in this episode. But I was so confused. The editing of the scenes were weird. Yeah, some of the edits were just kind of confusing to me. It was almost like they were trying to lead us to believe something that did not happen. So it's like I don't get why y'all did this when we know that that's not what happened. Um but yeah, after D, starts bleeding, after he gets jumped, he goes to his car and he and Darian get the fuck up out of there. We then find out that they agree to sit down with Karan, just them three, in a hotel, and just give their side of the story, I guess. So it cuts between that and that rest of the reunion because they continued after they left. So I just have some thoughts jotted down. I don't even really have like what happened, but I can definitely give like a description of what's happening. Um I said okay, so they start talking about their relationship, D and Darian. D basically says he feels played because when he left the house, he texted Darian, flirted with Darian, tried to get Darian's attention, and Darian was up under somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. He wasn't up under somebody else at that point, but he was not texting him back or, calling him back or whatever. So I guess Darian or D feels played by Darian. What's your take on the situation?
Um, excuse me. I really don't have an opinion.
Troy, we as reviewers on the show, you don't have an opinion.
I mean, on this situation, no. I wouldn't allow myself to, I don't know, become that attached to somebody that I just met in a week.
Oh, okay.
So
shade, but a little shade there, but okay.
I'm just saying, like, it was confusing. Yeah, I just wouldn't allow myself to become attached to like being friends. Yeah. Like and being friends and like a whole, I guess however long they were together, yeah, but I don't know, to become like kind of romantically or I don't know. It just wouldn't happen to me. So bad boys, you do bad boys things. Like
true. Bad boys, hot boys. Yes. Shout out to Spicy Original. Thank you for being here. Just saw your comment.
Shout out to everybody that's here.
And definitely keep commenting because I will go back and highlight some of the comments, of course, like we usually do. But yeah, did D get played? I feel like yes, he did, but he didn't. I feel like D knew what it was like in the beginning. Like if y'all say y'all not gonna be like in a relationship or y'all don't want to be in a relationship, that I don't see like if it's a week later or 2 weeks later, like clearly it's gonna be the same shit. I don't want to be in a relationship. But I told you.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I kind of see it from like D's perspective now.
Oh no, yeah, sorry. I'm saying that now only to say like I feel like if I was hanging out with somebody, even if we were just friends, we never messed around, it was strictly platonic. If I'm talking to you every day, we hanging out, we bonding, I'm gonna text you after I leave the house. Right. Like even if we just friends, like and if you don't text me back, I'm gonna be a little like we just went from talking every day, hanging out every day, sharing shit with each other, and now you're not texting me back. It's given like if it's not in my face, then I don't give a fuck about it, which is a little fucked up. So I get where D is coming from. At first, I was looking at it from like well, y'all aren't exclusive, so I don't see why you're mad. But I think he wasn't so much mad as him. I don't think he was so much mad at Maj, like the situation with Maj. I think he was more so just upset with the fact that like he left the house thinking that he had a connection with somebody, and like Darian just
neglected him.
And no shade, Darian was kind of giving Nutty Boo energy in this interview because it was like
very nutty.
If he wasn't giving Nutty Boo energy, he was giving miserable because especially once the whole comment happened later in the episode, he was over it. Like he was just done. He did not want to talk about shit. But even before that, he was just giving like not hypocritical, but he was giving like this don't make no sense. Like you mean to tell me that you were talking to this man every day, y'all slept in the same bed together, and like the second he leaves, you're like, oh, my phone, I wasn't on my phone. Like I'm gonna be like, let's look what the fuck they're doing now. Like you won't believe what the fuck Kelsey just did. Like I'm texting you about the shit that's still happening because I can talk to you. You're not in the house no more. Like I don't know. It just seemed weird that you wouldn't talk to him after that. So I guess it really shows how strong their connection really was. But yeah.
Got under a new nigga and forgot about his old nigga. But yeah, it does make sense.
City
Yeah,
Girls
we
top
were
100.
bonding and spending time together. Yeah, and then you just stop hitting me up. Yeah, that's a bit. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this comment got me dead. They said we be incorrect. What are we incorrect about?
Oh, what we incorrect about? Give us your thoughts. Let us know.
Please let us know.
Y'all to be so incorrect. They said that like we be regularly incorrect. So you just been lurking and not saying shit. Let us know. They said we beat not that we are incorrect. Like currently we be incorrect. So let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Give us the tea.
But yeah, Darion was acting very nutty and very passive aggressive. Like during this interview.
Yeah, he was also kind of gaslighting D a little bit. Like you said we weren't in a relationship, but I'm like, even if y'all weren't in a relationship, like I would still expect for you to talk to me after I left the house. Like, come on. Especially if y'all have your phones and y'all can communicate with people.
Facts is there was a couple of episodes where Darion was on his phone for like work.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like if you could answer your phone for work, or I mean, I get work and socializing is different, but homeboy, you were on your phone.
You could send a text.
Yeah.
You could let him know that, like, hey, like, because it seemed like he didn't talk to him at all after he left the house. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, you ain't say shit. You ain't even care about his well-being. Like, damn. Like, okay. But yeah, so I said that there's a shot of them like somebody asked a question during the interview with Karan. And it's just like some awkward silence, and they're all like sipping from their Casamigos. And I just feel like Karan was sitting me drinking that Casamigos out that martini glass. I was like, yes. I was here for it. I was like, you shady bitch. I'm here for it though. Like, Karan is funny. He is funny. And
it's then when Lolly from Preacher's Daughter was drinking that damn Hennessy out that wine glass.
Yes.
That's two different tastes,
two different situations. Two different
styles. Like,
two different vibes. Like, but I say that to say that I also think D was a little gone off that Casamigos. Because as the interview like went down, it was given like, this Casamigos is beating my ass, and I'm about to tell you the real tea.
He was drunk.
Yeah,
I won't say he was drunk boots. Yeah, he was tipsy, and like, Darion was uptight and angry. It was kind of even like a marriage session. Like
I said it was given like those like YouTube. You know when somebody cheats. Like a man cheats and then he's like in the video with his wife and the wife is looking like angry, but she like still there. And he's just like, well, shit, it is what it is. I cheated, blah, blah, blah. That's what this was giving. Like struggle love, baby. Somebody in the comments had to know to put black love. And I was like, baby, I don't want this black love. I don't want this black love at all. No shade to either one of those young men, but I don't want that.
Right. That shit toxic as hell.
I want it, but I don't want this one.
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah.
I was living for this damn interview.
The interview portion was funny, but Karan really made it what it was with his question. So shout out to him. But yeah, so I just had a question on why. So we cut back to like the actual reunion, and like I said, Kelton ran up on D. Don't know why he did that. And then he was like kind of talking shit like after the fact. So maybe they did treat him like maybe it was a joint group project. I guess I don't know. But that's unfortunate because you shouldn't be jumping people.
Right.
It's never that serious. Or usually not that serious. But I think we talked about this in the last review. But I said Keith's video vixen Mugler top is sending me. I keep catching him walking out the corner of my eye. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, that's Keith. And that top, babe. That damn video vixen top. I said, who dressed you?
Not video vixen. Baby, he got on that onesie. I was
like he should be a backup dancer for Chloe and Halle, baby. Like, what's going on? No, but he looked good. I think they all pretty much look decent. They all wore black
Mm-hmm.
leather pretty much. But yeah, that just kept catching
I
my
was just the
eye.
only person that wasn't in character.
You said who?
Wait, did the camera just like flip or something?
Yeah, I feel like it like glitched out or whatever. But you
Goodness.
good. Go ahead. You said you feel like what?
Damn, what the hell did I just say? That damn camera swap just threw me the hell off. Miles was the only person not. I guess the father of the reunion, the grandpappy of the reunion, was the only person. He was. I said the only thing that was missing was the Kangos and the slide. He should have had a belt.
Yeah.
That's what it was given. He should have just came in whooping. I mean, he came in whooping ass, but if he came in with the sandals and the Kangos, it would have gave a different
vibe, a chill vibe for sure. Beast Mode 5 said we gotta talk about the outfits. What let us know what outfits were y'all living for. Because the video vixen outfit was what got me. Also,
now when you say video vixen, is it more Corinne Steffen, Superhead, Melissa Ford, Buffy the Body? Shout out to Buffy the Body, wherever she may be on this Good Saturday.
I wouldn't say Buffy the Body. I would definitely say I want to put Superhead on him. That's a little rude. But
I'm just saying that.
I will say that I feel like Diego showed up like somebody's gay T.O. Shout out to him. That damn mesh button up, the damn cowboy hat, and the Corona. I said, okay, Diego. And the jeans. And the belt buckle too. I said, okay. It's giving giddy up cowboy.
Oh my god.
But yes, what was Justice wearing? Justice wasn't really wearing anything. I feel like he wore the same stuff every time. Like no shade. I do like his clothes, but I just like he don't really switch it up like that. But he was just wearing like leather and then that leather bucket hat that he'd be wearing. And then Alex, I don't know. He was just wearing clothes. They blended into the couch. Honestly,
into the back.
As far as I'm concerned, there was just an empty gap between.
Yeah, honestly, that whole side to
fucking Justice
was just.
Yeah,
they didn't give much.
You know what did send me though? When Maj was going in and he was going in on Jacob, and he was like, "You swung on me with them nut ass braids." With them nut ass braids.
And you know, Jacob
was so mad.
So I wonder if he braided his own hair. And Maj just
he might have. He might have. Who's man? Who
with them little ass braids?
Maybe he sat between Alex's legs and got his hair braided.
I could see that.
Maybe that's what happened.
I could see that.
He
you think Bonita is braiding up her man, twisting up her man's hair?
I can see Bieber doing that. I can see him doing that.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody else. Maj's clothes were okay. He was kind of dressed like he was like in the 70s or something. Like the jacket he had, and then like I mean, it was cool. It was like a bowling button up.
He was on his Miami Vice shit, baby.
Yes, I could see that. But yeah, let us know what fits that y'all liked, and we'll definitely go back and highlight them. Yes, sorry, I just saw this, but Spicy Original said the Corona was part of the fit. Yes, I also wanted to pinpoint that the Corona made the fit. It made the fit.
And did you notice when he said on the stage, Bonnie snatched the Corona like no bitch?
Yeah, not about to do that. Bonnie was giving bossy. I'm like, who peed in your cereal today? Like you showed up mad as hell.
And it's crazy because on the pre-show he seemed so vibing, so chill, but once he got on the stage. He turned up, baby. I won't say it turned up, but yeah, it was a different Bonnie.
Yeah.
It was a different Bonnie.
Wearing that Sweetie shirt. I want to see a Sweetie stand. That's what I want to know. He was talking about ops, so I kind of thought he might have been a barb. Because anytime somebody started talking about ops, I automatically just assume they're a barb. But no shade to the barbs. But yeah, I'm like, you a barb? Talk about ops and shit. But But outside of that, let me see. Sorry, just trying to filter out my notes. But club. I said, so we cut back to D and Darion. They're still arguing about their damn relationship. And I'm like, D and Darion are definitely the couple you see arguing while you walking out the club. Like something clearly happened in the club, and now they outside like arguing. You like, okay, let me let me
I'm
walk
so
past
glad that you
them.
know, because you know what's crazy? Shout out to Bad Boys Club season 7. I was watching some of our clips from last season. Remember when Tynell and Kelvin got to it on the street outside the club? You was sucking on my neck.
Oh
And
yeah,
Miss Mamas walked by.
baby
Ooh,
girl walked by like, ooh,
was
okay,
gagged,
you was sucking on my neck. She
baby.
was like, but them butch queens, you know they love to do two things that start
Oh
with
my
an F.
goodness. She was gagged, but yeah.
That's what it's definitely giving.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let me see.
Yeah, D and Darion are toxic, but they have like the most funniest goddamn interactions. I think it's because D was drinking that damn Casamigos. He was just like
Yes,
carefree.
that Casamigos was beating his ass, and you know he tiny. You know he's short and kind of he's skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he maybe thinks that he's like the size of Rick Ross or some shit, and he could just drink all the liquor, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
no, that liquor was definitely having you singing. But D also said something about sorry, my notes are crazy right now. I'm trying to make sure I get everything and I have to go back. But D said that I feel like D was trying to act unbothered, but he was clearly bothered by the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so it was kind of not funny, but interesting for him to like act like he didn't care, but like continuously bringing up the fact that like he was with Maj and bringing up the fact that like, oh, you didn't text me back, but I don't care. I'm just saying you played me, but I'm like, why are you bringing it up if you don't care? Like, what's
Right.
the point? Like, if you know that he played you, then I don't understand why you are loudly proclaiming this L over and over again. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially since Darian he's not letting up. He's like, no, I didn't. Like every time they kept arguing about it. So and yeah, I don't agree. I don't necessarily think that he got played because he kind of knew what it was, especially like you said, coming into the Bad Boys Clubhouse. I wouldn't expect to leave with no man. Like at all. Like maybe have your fun, mess around, flirt, do that. Like, but like outside of that, like, no, I'm not leaving with no boyfriend. Like,
Facts.
this is a Bad Boys Club. Fuck. Unless you Jacob and Alex and you come in with a man, then that's different, I guess. But
Came in with a man that was still boring as hell. Make that make sense.
child, make it make sense. Let me highlight a couple comments while while I'm trying to figure out my notes. Made in Birmingham said, y'all going to be so surprised to see who D pops up with in the upcoming season of the Come Up. D is coming back? Child.
Making a cameo.
Okay.
And Shane is on the season of the Come Up too.
Yes.
So I wonder if they're gonna have an interaction.
That is, I mean, they did fight. So I'm wondering. Hey, Miss Eve, thank you for subscribing.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Thanks for
appreciate
being
you.
here.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out
Love
to everybody
newcomers.
that's here, that's watching. The comments are lit.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody that's commenting.
Appreciate y'all on this good Saturday. But Hi Pisces said, fun fact, my best friend was one of the bouncers who was calming Lilo down last season outside of the club. Legacy Boston is so small here. I always forget that this is in Boston. I should be able to tell by the like B-roll footage, but yeah. Oh, well, that's cute. Okay.
Is that when Lilo was in that
tennis skirt,
that white two-piece? Okay, losing his
iconic
shit in
fit,
that tennis outfit.
That iconic Labor Day fit. I'm still gagging over it. I'm still gagging over it. I said, okay, I see you.
Oh my god!
In that tennis skirt, you should have had a tennis bracelet on with that fit.
No, you talk about like a charm bracelet or an ankle bracelet that Poppy had on.
He should have had both. He should have had one stacked on top of the other.
That's trash. Beyond tacky.
Like, shout out
and you know,
deep
cup, not derailing, but you know, Finesse 2 times. One of his baby mama got an ankle monitor. And it's like everybody's
isn't
like,
that a requirement at this point?
Ugh, my
Ezel Daniels. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Said Darian and D situation was given to Lone and Kenny from BGC 16. Hook up after Mad Teas. Yes. Oh my goodness,
Very
absolutely.
toxic.
It was definitely given that. And who's D and who's Darren, or who's Candy and who's Talone?
That is a very good question. I feel like in the reunion, Bernicia was D.
Okay.
And Candy was no, Bernicia was Darion.
Darion.
Candy
D was
was D. And
yeah.
the house, the roles were reversed. Because I feel
Okay.
like Darion was kind of like thirstier, or thirsty for, not really thirsty, but his approach, Darion's approach towards D was kind of the same approach Candice took with Bernicia.
True. I will say that
Very
I'm
possessive.
glad that they did not fight. That is the only, like, because they've been like intimate and they had this like little relationship on the show. I'm so glad that they respect each other enough to not put their hands on each other. Like,
Well, you
it
know,
seemed like
D wasn't trying to fight. You know, D was trying to go another route. I said,
true.
sir, humble
He
you
still
drunk.
wanted that. He wanted that
Calm your
thing.
drunk ass down. Like,
He wanted that thing, baby. He said, "This Casamigos is hitting. We could all have a party." I said,
"Listen, we done thumped. I don't give a fuck about that, baby. We can still have." I said, "That's what we doing, all right." Go for
baby,
it.
he is from Atlanta. He is from Atlanta.
I was like, "Shit, if that show, just go for it." I don't know nothing about that.
Not could you imagine if they did? That would have sent this whole situation to hell. I mean, it's already there, but it just
straight to hell.
Like,
they
you
probably
acting
would
like
have did Bad Boys. They probably would have been on like the next season. Karan messy ass would have started a whole show based on this threesome.
Yes,
it would have been
couple,
a whole
baby.
trios,
something like yeah, that would have been a whole mess. Cause you acting like this and like y'all didn't even have sex. Like all y'all did was
allegedly.
But the way he acted, you would have thought they
that's
put
crazy.
That thing on him.
This whole
on him, like,
because Darion threw that mulatto. What's in the circle?
There you go. I said, well,
shout out to Darion.
Yes.
Every fucking nut.
President Richmond said the black leather was a nice theme. I agree. Very militant. I was here for it. The only thing with that was that they were kind of blending into the like set because they were all in black. But outside of that, Key's bodysuit was baggy in the back. It was kind of giving a Fashion Nova tee. Anybody, you know how like they come out with like a design, like a high-end fashion brand will come out with like a look, and then like Fashion Nova will like hurry up and try to replicate it so that they can like monetize them. That's kind of what it was giving. No shade. But he tried. I wonder why everyone had on black except for Maj for the most part. I feel like Maj just didn't understand the assignment, or maybe he just didn't want to dress in black. I don't know. But everybody else was pretty much on code. Vonnie had a popping yellow Beyonce coated outfit planned, but the thing was black leather, I believe. So he switched it up last minute. Oh, I want to see the Beyonce fit. I want to see what that's giving.
I wonder if he would have tried to rumble with Justice in that Beyonce fit.
He might have. Because he wanted Justice.
He did.
He wanted him. And not in a way that I'm surprised he wasn't turned on, because you know he got turned on when D
popped him and thought the attention was sexual. Hey, I know you punch me in the face, but maybe it's sexual.
Yeah, maybe the attention was sexual. I'm like,
you know, poor Justice. But yeah, he did. What did Abira tell? Was it Juicy or Rest in Peace to Miss Minnie? I want you, bitch.
I think Minnie. I think it's Minnie.
I think I know something like that. But yeah, Justice. Vonnie had all the smoke for goddamn Justice.
Yes. Oh my god. Also, speaking of fits, Beast Mode 5 said Diego had the best fit. No lie. Yeah, I was living for the cowboy theme. I mean, it is Texas. That's how they should have dressed for the reunion. It should have been like a hoedown kind of situation, you know,
with some hay, and they should have sat on like barrels of hay.
Yes, that's going a little too far. I don't want my ass itching. But
well, some of the people on the stage made my ass itch.
True.
Listen. Okay.
Very true. You said something doing my ass itch. And did. But yeah,
Oh my goodness.
So we find out during the sit down with Karan that D makes clothes, which I'm like, that would have been an interesting thing to, learn about while he's on the show. Like, we still don't know much about these people. Like, to be honest, we really don't know about them, where they come from. We know some of their professions. Like, some people came on the show to be models, some people do hair, but like outside of that, we don't really know these people. So I was like, damn, I wanted to know more about you making clothes. Like, that would have been cool. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know why we didn't get more of that. But I said D said D was given unbothered, but he actually wasn't. I said, I put in my notes, I won because I fucked both. I could have fucked both of y'all. I said, child, this is so messy. And guess who said that? I'm sure y'all already know.
D drunk ass.
Yeah, it's D drunk ass.
He said, I could have fucked both of y'all. And Karan was like, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
I was like, what are we doing right now, D?
I was like,
what are we doing right now? Like,
I'm like,
you would have won if you actually would have fucked both of them, but not the I could have. We don't.
Would you have? Because I feel like you would have fucked both of them, and that just would have led to a worse situation in your life.
A way worse.
Like, I feel like this is a perfect time to give a PSA. Please stop fucking people for the sake of fucking them. Fucking them creates these attachments to them as much as we don't want to admit. It creates these attachments to people, and then that's why people be fighting and like all this chaos happens. Like, so no, you don't need to have a threesome with them. Like, that's gonna lead to more issues, especially with the way you be handling shit. Like,
right?
No, I'm like, at least Darion has some sense in that aspect. Like, no, we not
doing that.
We not humping. Like, but yeah, I said, I think it's just crazy that Darion ghosted D after he left the house. But I said, shit, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Like, you ain't around, like, shit, fuck it. Like, he seemed like the type that if D like went to jail, he would just be like, oh shit, well, I guess we over. Shit, like, oh well, like, so it is what it is, I guess. But yeah,
I wonder what Darion lives in Buffalo, New York. I wonder what the men's in Buffalo, New York is. If they give more mods or if they give.
He gives me the type that he goes down to the city.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, he got a dude in each borough. No shade. Let me not put that on him. But
I'm just little Kim shit. I ain't mad at it, baby.
Right? Every borough. I got a nigga in Brooklyn, a nigga in the Bronx, a nigga,
okay,
like Manhattan. Like, no,
I'm not mad at it.
But yes, yeah, this whole situation is just very, very messy. He said, so they start talking about like their D and Darion start talking about like them being like successful in their like careers. D said that the life coach stuff is, I guess, ain't really working out, which, I mean, damn, after seeing you on the show, I wouldn't want you to coach my life either. Baby, no shade, you can't coach the water to boil in my house, okay? Like, that's not happening. But I'm glad that his barbershop, you know, his or him cutting hair is like working out for him.
Okay.
And D said that, you know, he's selling homes, which is cool. I think that's, you know, at least they have their careers in check right now. You know, the love life might be messy as fuck, but at least they have their careers locked down or whatever. But yeah, they talk about that. And I said, this is when I said D makes clothes, but we didn't know anything about that. So then it cuts back to Jacob, or it cuts back to the actual reunion. And I said, they were kind of just like talking about Jacob and Alex and like their relationship, I guess. And I had a thought watching it this time. I think it's interesting that like Jacob ended up being like kind of like boring as fuck, because in the beginning of the season, I felt like he was gonna be like like a big like somebody to maybe have like heavy influence in the house, honestly. Like I thought he was gonna be like one of the like front runners of the house, but then like literally by like episode 3, it was like, oh, I forgot about you. Oh, you just sleeping in the bed. Like, oh, like it is like in the beginning of that like season, like the very like first couple episodes, he was like he had personality, but after that it was just like
I thought he was gonna be like the kind of like the big brother voice of reason.
yeah. Keep people in check, if that makes sense. But that just kind of disappeared, especially with the way that Mosh was talking to him. I was like, damn, like the way he was coming for him. I was like, yikes, y'all are getting, this is kind of embarrassing. Like, no shade, like say something, fight back, say something, shit,
right?
Like, damn.
That's what it's giving. Fucking Carl going in on Brendan Carson,
right?
Just chewing Brendan Carson up, baby,
chewing him up. And then I'm like, you ain't. And then it's crazy because I'm just like, everybody has established like you don't have to fight to be a bad boy, but at the very least you could like, you know, go back and forth. And it's crazy because they were mad at Kelton for not defending himself. But it's like when y'all get around certain people, y'all do the same shit. Y'all are quiet. Y'all are over it. When we know y'all not really over it, y'all just are too scared to say something because you afraid he gonna bust you in your shit, which I understand. But like, at least say some shit back, like defend yourself, like, or at least your boo, like somebody, like. It was just kind of repetitive to hear like Maj continuously go after them and them just kind of like not doing anything, and so it's just kind of like.
It's kind of giving like when your parent is like chewing you up, and you just kind of you can't say nothing back, so you just kind of say that's what
you just sitting there taking it. Oh, she's taking it. Sitting there taking it. Okay. Oh my gosh! Shout out to anybody that knows that reference, but but yeah, I feel like I thought he would have more personality, but that fizzed out real quick. And so yeah, Vonnie comes out, and so Vonnie came out with that, you know, irritated energy. I don't know what the fuck was going on while he was in the back. But yeah, he immediately calls out Justice. Justice is like, I don't have an issue with you. And then Maj is like, but you don't have it, but you have an issue with Kelton though. But you have an issue with Kelton. I'm like, you're right. You're right. He is picking and choosing.
Choosy hoe.
Use a choosy hoe, as somebody has once said. Not to me, but you know, just in general. But but yeah, so Maj and so Maj addresses the Kelton comment about, I guess, him wanting to watch Darion and Maj, like, I guess, like have sex or whatever. And so one thing about that that sent me was that he said they was under the covers dry humping. I said, not dry humping. Like, that sent me. They was dry humping. I said, okay. Yes, giving out middle school tea, early high school tea. Okay, look at y'all. Okay, I'm not even going. But yeah, that had me screaming. And so then they start. Judy talks to Keith about just like his time on the show, and basically asks him like, "Did you do what you did, like bullying Kelton because you wanted a moment?" And Maj steps in to, you know, answer the question that everybody thinking, yes, he wanted a moment. You know, that's why he decided to bully Kelton. He was trying to act like he didn't do that, but clearly he did. There was no reason for you to pick on somebody that you don't even know.
Right.
Like, you just came to the house and you trying to act like you know what's going on. Like, you don't. So fall back. Like,
facts.
But you know, once again, Maj giving him that energy. He don't want that energy. It's just so funny to like watch the way the dynamic of the house is acting now. Because if I had a question for Maj, I would ask like, why? Like, I know you're seeing this in retrospect, but like, why not have that energy in the house as well? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you didn't have that energy in the house, like you're scary or whatever. But like, to me, it's like the stuff that he was seeing in the house is the stuff that he was seeing at the reunion. So it's just like, why didn't he defend Kelton then versus now at the reunion?
I think he basically was like, he was gonna let it play out with Kelton. Eventually, Kelton did kind of speak up, but I think Maj basically was like, I watched it back and I kind of just saw how y'all like kind of outed Kelton, even like Jacob and Alex, And then Keith came in at 20 on 10. So I think like Maz watching that back, that's what probably had him so like amped up. It wasn't just like this situation with Keith and Justice. I think it was just overall how everybody just treated Kelton after he kind of like disclosed his status.
Okay, that was another thing that was brought up. I guess Judy was like asking, like, okay, well, like, what about Kelton made y'all, turn against him?
Mm-hmm.
She brought up his status.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like they were picking on him because of his status. I think they just picked on him because he seemed like an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Like, I don't think him being HIV positive had anything to do with it. I think it was more so just the fact that, like, I feel like in these situations, the like people that are insecure, they always want to turn to like the weakest link or like whoever is easily picked on so they can show that they're a bad boy or whatever. And I feel like he was the one because he was already kind of like not an outcast, but he was already the one that was kind of like more mild mannered, not really looking to fight or turn up or anything like that. So like I feel like Justice just felt like he did the same thing with Alex. Like he thought Alex was to be picked on, and then Alex tapped him, and then he was like, "Oh, I regret fighting you. We're best friends now." It's like you got a weird relationship. Like you always start shit with people. They tap you, and then you're like, "I'm so sorry I hit you. Like we're best friends now." It's like, what kind of weirdo shit is this? Like what kind of masochistic shit is this? Like
I was just about to say that.
No.
Maybe he's turned on by like I don't know.
He like pain, baby. Not me. Like
baby.
This episode really cemented how lame Justice is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in the beginning of the season, of course, I didn't mind him, but like, I just feel like the hypocrisy is too much for me.
Yeah,
like,
once Justice turned on Kelton, I was like,
yeah,
I don't care.
Right. Because it's like you just picking on him because you know you can, and then it's like when somebody like who will really give you a run for your money comes around, you quiet, and it's like. I will say, like with Vonnie, like at least with Vonnie, he's like, I was still going to fight D. Like I didn't want to fight him anymore, but I'm still going to fight him because I'm gonna fight for my respect.
Right.
Whereas with like Justice and like Alex and Jacob, it's like y'all have that energy with certain people, but then when it's like other people, it's like I'm above this, like I'm over this, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you are. Like, did y'all peep how Vonnie and Diego almost fought again? I also saw a random scene where Maj and Marquise fought in the corner for no reason. Editing was weird. Oh, during the brawl, probably.
This is after Maj attacked Keith after he pieced up Jacob. And I will say, in Keith's defense, like he was kind of just standing there, and I feel like Maj just attacked him. Like, and they just started banging on the wall. Like literally, Keith was just
I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's not.
It's
funny,
low key
like...
funny, but it's also kind of fucked up because like Keith was popping it in the house. So like Maj just turned around and attacked them, and they just started fighting. I was like, damn, that's when I knew Maj was really like
rabbit baby, just running through the girl.
Once I saw that, I was like, oh, he is just there like for anybody.
He's just rampaging.
Like, damn.
But yes, Beast Mode 5. Yes, I did peep how Vonnie and Diego were gonna fight again. Vonnie was just giving me energy for some reason. I don't know why he was so irritated. Like,
the way he was coming at Diego was crazy because I think Diego was kind of like Vonnie. Vonnie was like, "Don't say nothing to me." I was like, "Damn, I thought you were good."
Right? Yeah. And then I'm like, "This is his time to talk." Like,
right?
It's his segment, and y'all just over talking it for no reason. Regurgitate the same shit y'all been talking about this whole reunion. Like,
and they probably delayed him even coming out sooner because y'all was fighting for a whole fucking hour.
Exactly.
Like
the shenanigans. Also,
the shenanigans, baby.
One note on Diego, it sent me when they replayed that clip of them about to go to the club, and he was drunk as hell off them damn beers, and he was like, "I'm gonna get ready. I want to go to the club," and then he like turned around and fell. I was like, "Bitch, your ass is not going to the club. Stay your drunk ass at home." Like,
right.
Stay your drunk ass at home,
baby. But you know what it's giving.
What?
When we went to New Orleans, we was gonna go out. Baby, I was like, no.
When you came back in that other shirt, I knew it was a dud. I knew it was a dud. I said, "Oh, you put on your sleeping shirt? Oh yeah, it's over." Let
Deep
me.
cut, but yeah,
Yeah.
Diego was about like, no, baby, you're not going out tonight. Like,
Yeah,
go to
you're
sleep.
not
Go
going out.
sleep
Not
it off.
tonight.
But
Go to
yeah,
sleep.
I thought
Yeah.
of that.
Okay, for the moment, yes, the charm school reference. Yes. I'm glad people got it. But they knew D, Vonnie, and Maj would bust their ass. True. Yeah, they definitely would have. And I seen them in the beginning trying to squabble, and I feel like even after that happened, they was like Jacob, Alex, and Justice was like, oh no, we got our fights in, we good. Like we don't want to fight no more.
And then Maj fucking once he realized that Alex had swung on him, he was like, no, Alex, I want you too. I'm like, Maj, calm down. Go eat a Snickers. Like
he said, I want you too. And then now Vonnie said, oh yeah, like you got a fat ass. I might have wanted to be in it. I'm like,
fuck it. I was like, ooh,
where
that
did
was
this
his
come
man
from?
sitting right next to him.
Where are we doing? What are we doing now?
I was like, why didn't you just say that? Why is trying to push him out the house? Right now, just be like, Alex, you have a fatty and I want to touch it. I want to
disrespecting them on every level. Just like every level. True. Call his said he had nut ass braids, said he was gonna beat his ass, talking in lowercase letters, said you was gonna fuck his man. Hey yo, Allie, I'm gonna fuck your man, bitch. Sorry, that's a Bad Girls Club reference. Oh my god.
Shit, baby.
Back on track.
I forgot Maj did tell Justice he was talking to lowercase letters. Maj was
heated. He was over it. Like I was like, damn.
And then he was calling my time like, bitches, you a punk ass. I was like,
right, you a bitch, you a punk ass bitch. I was like, damn. Oh my god. Getting them all the way together.
Right?
Like, I guess you don't have to fight to be a bad boy.
Because that's bullying.
Baby. You ever seen one man bully like 5 people at the same time?
Right? I've never seen that.
Like,
now I've seen like one person whip about 2 or 3 people, but I've never seen one person bully an entire couch of adults. That is a person. Shout out to my
I got some tea inside. I got some inside tea on the unseen hookup. What was the unseen hookup, Beast Mode? Let us know.
Maybe it was Vonnie and Alex.
Vonnie and Alex.
Vonnie was that fat white butt, baby.
Maybe. It was the fact that he said fat white butt too. I was like, Vonnie, I'm like, put the alcohol down. But okay. Put the alcohol down.
Like, okay. He said he was a tap off fat white. I'm like, why don't you call William the bed? Why don't you do that, Vonnie?
If I was Alex, I would have been like, I'm the top in this situation.
Right?
Like no. Who he date in season 4? Oh wait, hold on. D dated someone on season 4 of the Come Up ATL. Is definitely gonna be spicy. Oh, so this is for ATL. Okay, I can't wait for that. You know, New York is coming out. Shout out to or no, it is ATL. The Come Up ATL. So I'm wondering what that's gonna give. Oh, did my calls go MIA? Oh well. Let's see. Vonnie told Justice to get. Oh, okay. Like, what's going on? Where she go? But anyway, Vonnie told Justice to get up, and Maj told Alex to get up, but neither did. No, they stuck to them couches. Like
glued to them couches.
Like me high as hell on a Saturday afternoon, glued to the damn couch. My ass is not getting up. That's what they was getting. I'm upset we were robbed of Maj D Darion threesome to be a fly on the wall. Baby, knowing Quran, that might be on the Patreon or OnlyFans, maybe.
It might be on OnlyFans, baby. Like, I don't know what that room smell like.
Why would
I want to say Winter Fresh, shea butter, and baby oil.
You think they use they're a little too young to be using baby oil.
No, I take that back. Winter Fresh, shea butter, backwoods, and some ganja baby.
And maybe just a spritz of gas station cologne. Just a spritz.
Yep. The bod. Yes. That's taking that bod spray, baby.
Yes.
That's the one.
I'm here for it. I can't. To be a fly on the wall.
Be careful of that, baby, because that's gonna turn volatile very quick. So,
child.
you know.
No shade, but my messy ass might show up for the latter half of the situation when the shit go left. Like that's what I might do. No shade.
My
But
goodness.
98 Sparks said Vonnie was mad because Justice is a fake flip flop because he plotted on Vonnie to try to get Alex out. But once Vonnie left, Justice was up Alex, Jacob, and Darian's asses. That's very true. And that's the issue Vonnie had. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Justice is kind of like a weak bad boy, no shade. Like, and I don't want to like harp on it, but I just feel like, yeah, I feel like he go where the wind blow. Like, you it's kind of giving Rima from season 9 of Bad Girls
Very
Club.
true.
Like, she was getting bullied by the girls that she became friends with after you know, certain girls left the house.
I'm
I feel
glad
like
that
that's
you
what's giving.
mentioned that. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm glad
No,
that you
you
brought up that point because
good.
I was thinking earlier that this reunion kind of gave BGC the Bad Girls Club 9 reunion. Well, not really so much the reunion, but when the girls came back for that photo shoot.
Okay.
And you know how everybody was like kind of picking on Drea, which will be
Oh,
Kelton.
right. Yeah.
And then they came back, and then everybody was like, we're above it. We don't want to fight. That's what this reunion kind of gave. You know, the couch with Justice, Jacob, and Alex, everybody was acting like, you know, they were over it. But when Kelton was on stage and he was talking and speaking up, everybody had an issue with him voicing, you know, his opinion, speaking.
Right.
Maz is literally calling y'all all types of bitches and y'all aren't saying anything.
Right.
So,
they was trying to act over it, I guess, which we all know is a front to be like, I just don't want you to beat my ass, so I'm just gonna be over here. Like, because I'm like, there's no reason for you to not to have an issue with Kelton, but not have an issue with Maj. Because even if y'all didn't have an issue in the house, the way you talking to me right now, we have an issue now. Because what the fuck is your issue? Like, why are you so like pressed about me? Like, so to me, it's just like the fact that y'all are acting like, oh, it's not a big deal with Maj, but with Kelton, y'all ready to fight is
I also will say that I thought that I was going to be a fan of Justice earlier in the season, excuse me, after he got to the first fight with D. You know, he went back and got his leg back. I was like, okay, maybe he's not a punk, not the best fighter, but you know, he'll defend himself. He'll stand up, 10 toes down or whatever.
Right.
Excuse me. He just turned out to be kind of like like you say, he follows the wind or blows whichever way the wind blows. I don't know. He just didn't. Justice is kind of a little bit of a disappointment. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound harsh, but
no, you good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a disappointment. I feel like, of course, Jacob and Alex are both disappointments. Like, I feel like they're better. I feel like Justice is better than them because at least Justice did stuff in the house. Like, at least Justice like gave us something, whereas Jacob and Alex didn't give us shit. Like,
yeah,
you know. Also, I want to point out how I've been saying this whole time that Jacob has been the narrator of the season. All he did was fucking narrate what was happening verbatim, like literally, like by vision, like not even giving his opinion. He just recited verbatim. So I'm like, when I heard Vaughn say that, I was like, I've been saying that this whole time. Like, he just giving narrator tease.
Very much true.
But Beast Mode 5 said it was confirmed by 3 people Diego hooked up with someone during the reunion weekend. Now that's what. Now, Karan, put that on the Patreon. I want to see what this weekend was. I want to see this because I feel like the weekend was definitely. You know how they always give like a lead up to the reunion. I need to see that. I need to see the reunion
because I think D did say that he hung out with Maj. They all hung out the weekend,
and that's what he was like. I could have fucked both of y'all. I said, really?
I won because I could have fucked both of y'all. I said, okay. Goodness.
Talk about spiritual advisory. My goodness. He also said, I was pissed off. I be in that man's DMs and he don't answer. Why would you say that, Beast Mode 5?
Not you being in this man's DMs. My goodness. Close your legs to married men, Beast Mode 5.
Yes, Canton is.
No shade, but close your legs to married men. I'm sorry.
You said you be in DMs. My goodness. Way to air yourself out, Beast Mode 5. I'm not mad at the honesty.
Listen, we love transparency. We stand transparency at Can't Carry. Okay.
Yes. Who y'all think he got with? Child, did he get a 2-for-1 with Alex and Jacob? That's what I'm wondering.
That would be interesting. But I feel like Diego probably slept with somebody on production.
You think so?
I feel like it might be. What if it was Johan?
I was thinking that it could be Johan, maybe.
Shout out to Johan, baby.
Yes.
I
Be
think he's
about
like a
that
producer.
about his
AP.
business in them turtlenecks. I said, okay. Vince be moving in them turtlenecks about his business. A former bad boy. I'm here for it.
Oh,
Shout out to
oh my
Johan,
god! Every
the
time
Bad
I
Boys
see
Club
Johan, he
producer.
is in a fucking turtleneck,
It
baby.
is turtleneck,
Like,
baby.
nigga, you just for a funeral or
Yes.
mob lunch? What's
He
going
said,
on?
"Listen, I'm professional right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
shout out
I'm
to
a
Johan.
former."
Yeah, shout out to Johan. And you know, sometimes I think about he's drenched away with that drink on the All-Star season.
Oh my god,
It
I
is.
can't.
Johan.
Chef Bro said they took pictures, whooped ass, and left.
Yeah,
Kind of similar to the last season Bad Boys Club reunion. Which reunion do you think was better?
this reunion. Honestly, this reunion, I'm not even gonna front. When Kelvin, Case, and Justin left the last season's reunion, I stopped watching it.
At least they got through majority of this reunion. At least they were able to still sit down. Because once the last season, it was like, damn, they ain't gonna finish this shit.
Yeah, it was kind of, it was very much one-sided. Once it was just the Boston Boys at last year's reunion. Shout out to Hayes, because you know he still is my favorite Boston Boys. Big up to
yes.
Hayes. But yeah, the last year's reunion was I don't really care for it. This year's reunion, like you said, they kind of got through more, but they didn't really get through anything. It kind of regurgitated, like you said, regurgitated information. It was just kind of cool to see, like the people who were like the bullies or the people, the bullies, get caught out, get put in their place.
Yeah, I do like to see the bullies get put in their place. Like, I just hate like when people feel like they get pick on certain people just because they can, and then it's like when somebody comes in and gives you the same energy, it's you quiet. So I don't know, but yeah. So to get back to the reunion, the actual reunion, so we cut back to Darion and D, and so now they're talking about they're talking about they said the threesome comment, which I thought was funny. And then sorry, my notes are like all over the place. But sorry, let me just while I look at my notes, who did you have a favorite this reunion? Like a favorite person?
March. Excuse me. March.
Okay. I agree. I feel like Maj was kind of dragging it a little bit, but he kept his foot on the girls' necks. So I was like, okay, I'm here for it.
It's kind of like I'm sorry, tongue tie. Kind of like I mentioned a moment ago, like the BGC Now reunion. Kind of how like Megan, Erica, and Jersey came in. That was kind of pressing the other girls. Maj kind of gave that. Like, y'all confessional gangsters, y'all got so much to say. Like, behind the cameras will pocket. Now that we face to face, so Maj is my favorite. What about you, Yan? Also, let us know in the comments if I had a favorite from the reunion. I feel like everybody's gonna say Maj or Vonnie.
Oh yeah, Maj or Vonnie. Yeah, I would probably say Maj. Vonnie was kind of giving like he was irritated. He wasn't as funny as he usually is. So I was like, but yeah, I liked Maj because he was, like he was giving bad boy energy. Like, y'all wanted to pick on this person, so like pick on me, and they didn't want to do that. So I feel like that was giving bad boy energy. But yeah, so we find out that D spent a little time in jail. He went to jail. I wonder what he went to jail for. And did he fight in jail? That's what I want to know.
I wonder. No shade. But I kind of feel like he got locked up for fraud. He's a life coach, and I said life coaches are scammers. So
allegedly, baby.
Allegedly.
Ooh.
Maybe he was locked up for allegedly scamming.
My goodness. Well, I'm just curious because obviously, like I feel like it was probably like his temper. I feel like I mean, I'm not gonna say I like completely dislike D. I feel like he has his moments, but I feel like D kind of seems like the type to like do shit and then like ask questions later. Like he thinks about the shit after he does it. Why are you smiling?
I'm reading comments.
Oh, I'm
I'm
like,
sorry.
no, you good. But yeah,
Vonnie is in the building.
is he okay? Man, hey, oh, oh, I see you. Shout out to you for being here. Do you have any questions for him now that he's here?
For not at the moment, because Ronnie answered all my questions when he came out on the stage. Like who he was friends with, who he was cool with, would he be friends with any of these bitches?
Mm-hmm.
No. He answered everything.
He said he would do the season again with not these lame ass bitches. I said,
not these lame ass
okay.
bitches. So I guess
Honestly,
my
I
question
get
for
it though.
Vonnie would be,
He was
Vonnie, if you
carrying the
could
season.
create, well, yeah, he did carry the entire goddamn season. But I guess my question to Vonnie would be, if you could create your own, I guess, all-star Bad Boys Club, who would you cast? Like, would you be a cast like member who would you cast to be on the show with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let us know, because I would know. You said you wouldn't choose no lame ass bitches, so you wouldn't do it with these lame ass bitches.
I want to know, how did you and D get cool? Like, how did that conversation go?
Good question.
That's what
Because the tension in the house is giving Corey and Ashley from BGC6. Like,
not Corey and Ashley.
Corey and Ashley, baby. They was in that bitch.
They was in that bitch stuffing, yes. Shout out to
Baby.
Bad Girls Club. But yeah, I was just wondering like what happened and why did he end up in jail? D and Darion, oh yeah, I said D and Darion in this interview looking like somebody cheated and they gotta address the public now because it got out. But
my goodness.
But yeah, I said I'm not surprised that Von left because I mean he was carrying the show, and I honestly would have got tired of that shit. So I just would have been like, you know what, I'm leaving too. Shit, ain't nobody really trying to do shit or like show their personality, so I'm gonna dip out too. But I'm glad Maj came because if Maj didn't come, this season would have been a dud. Like for real. He said Vaughn said that Justice was congregating with the ops, and this is where I asked if he was a barb, because you know if Nikki gonna do one thing, she gonna talk about the ops. She gonna talk about the ops. So when he said that, I was like, you a barb? Like, also Vaughn casually calling Kelton Barney was sending me like. I was like, Barney, who the fuck is Barney? I'm like, oh,
calling him Barney. Like, since I think Kelton came in the house, like, yeah, Barney was calling him Barney.
Oh my god, that shit was crazy. Me. It was just the way it rolled off his tongue, like that was his actual name. Like, oh my god. But
is Bonnie still in the chat? Because Bonnie, if you're still in the chat and if you got a few moments, baby, we would love to bring you on, let the good people see your face.
Yes.
Let everybody know how you doing, baby.
While I'm struggling with these notes, yes. Oh, he said Dwayne, Marcus, Rocky, Case, Calvin, me, and Maj, and Barney. You gotta add Barney, child. You know he had no shade. You know he barely survived this season, but I guess we gonna bring him back, child. We spoke at the reunion once everybody was keeping us separated as if something was gonna happen. You see the Barbie on my yes. I can't. Up on that panel, we have questions, boo. Okay. Yes, let me
questions. So
I'll
feel free to hop in at any time about Gemini Filmz Bad Boys Club Texas season 8 part 3 people. Again, thank you to everybody that's here, everybody that's in the comments.
Yes.
Also, shout out to the people that's gonna watch this in the playback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shout out to y'all. Again, hope everybody is enjoying y'all weekend. It's crazy.
It was. I mean, Judy said it was the craziest reunion she's ever been a part of, and she's been she's she's been at a lot of reunions because she's been on a lot of shows. But Justice definitely gave Rima from season 9 of BGC, yes, for sure, a flip flopper. Vinny Darion said he called you out and said he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight, and that you said no. Well, wait, why would Darion want to fight Vonnie though?
They had exchanged words on a live, like a couple months
ago. Did Darion really want to fight? Darion doesn't strike me as the fighter that he proclaims himself to be. Like, I don't think he can fight, but I don't know. I just don't think that he's really giving that energy. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean, no shade, but yeah, like I don't think somebody would have like that attractive. It's just out here like, oh, I'm gonna fight. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? Like,
yeah,
you know, you're not trying to get your face messed up, homeboy. Like,
not the ponytail. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. My ponytail ain't sitting right now. I can't. Oh my god. Yes, but yeah, that we're near towards the end of the reunion. Sorry, I'm getting kind of congested, but we're getting towards the end of the reunion. And this is when again that Casamigos was whooping D's ass, and he's talking about threesomes, and we could all have fun. I'm just kind of like, child, it's gonna be fun now, but you're gonna be paying for it later.
Karan was like, they're both the trap two guys. Sounds like paradise to me. I'm like, Karan, calm your messy ass down. Like,
this is where the Mona Scott jumped out.
Yes,
the Mona Scott.
That's when the Mona Scott jumped out and then jumped back in. Like,
I was just like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I wanted them, but not at the same time. I said, that might be too much energy going on. That might be a lot to
might
be overstimulated.
Baby, that's a lot going on.
What you say? What? What did you say?
Baby, you know what those niggas said, when I do it, it gets done. Okay? Listen, that is a lot going on. And that's probably why Darion decided that he did not want them at the same time, because he just kind of saw that coming. Yeah. So big
that's a lot of exchanging of energy. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been I feel like that would have led to a very toxic situation. But yeah, after they talk about that, they kind of I guess they kind of talk about, like, I guess the throuple relationship and or not a throuple relationship, but they talk about like the love triangle between D, Darion, and Maj. And so this is also what sent me Karan basically trying to get specifics on what happened. Like, oh, did you suck his dick? Or, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? I'm just like, this is a lot. Like, do we really need to know the specifics? I mean, let us know, because I'm bored and I kind of want to know what happened. But like, still at the same time,
maybe since they're not the good fights, or since they're not the fights, since they're not the good shit, but we're trying to get the drop on the details that we do not need to know about, baby.
Exactly.
No shade.
Well, yeah.
He was like, did you suck his dick in the jacuzzi? I'm like, come on. Like,
right.
I don't care. Like,
the owner of the Airbnb watching this, like, bitch, I know the fuck they did it. Like,
that's probably where that jacuzzi water was so damn murky, man.
There's life in that jacuzzi water, baby. Oh my god. Yes. There is life in that jacuzzi. Like, but
oh my god.
But yeah, I said Darion definitely got sense for saying he wouldn't have a threesome with them, because that just would have led to a array of problems. But then I guess Karan basically speaks on how I guess y'all was calling him a 304 in the comments. Basically for being with Maj and D. And I thought this was a little unfair, especially since like he's single, the people he was messing with were single, so I feel like if he wants to have his fun and dip it and do it, that's his business,
Listen, how did you feel about people in the comments calling you a whore? Whore? Right. Said, that was
calling him a. I said,
damn, disrespectful. Like, it's kind of giving Shadrill, you were on the receiving end of one of the most talked about uppercuts.
Why would you?
That question was very specific.
It's also kind of, I don't want to be that girl, but I'm going to be that girl. It's kind of giving a little bottom shaming tease a little bit, because I just feel like if it was D being a top, I feel like, and he was messing with like two bottoms that came into the house or two people that were bottoms in that, in that relationship, I don't think he would get the same heat.
He would.
But because Darion is like taking on the more like, the bottom role, it's like, you a hoe. Like, I do think it's fucked up that he ghosted D after he left the house, but still, I don't think that makes him a hoe. I think that just makes him maybe emotionally immature. I don't know. But let us know how y'all feel. Vonnie said, I'd never fight the real estate lady. Not the real estate lady. Better than the Avon lady. But
you ain't shit.
She saw me and D talking and she joined just because we was talking. Fighting never came out her mouth. I would have ran Jesus. My public defender couldn't save me. I can't. Yeah, I don't really think he wanted to fight. Like, and that's fine. I feel like the whole like season, like Darion has kind of tried to portray this image that like he's a fighter and he's not. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you need to. Like, if you want, I mean, you could defend yourself. That's all that really matters. But you ain't got to be out here like, I'll beat anybody. Like, no, it's not that serious. Mm-hmm. And Case was swapping spit with 57 of the last cast. True, and they never really called him a hoe. So that's true.
Shit, because he was whooping their ass. So they never called him no hoe. Shit. Was whooping their ass last season.
My goodness. He was giving them a lot of energy that season. he stayed with his foot on the girl's neck.
Shoving his tongue down their throat. Just popping them in the mouth. I was my goodness.
Not this domestic. Another case of domestic violence.
Child. And that's why people think the gays is just all types of psychotic because of shit like that. Fighting the fucking.
Darion was the least fighter of the season. True. I agree. And I'm not saying that he needed to fight or be a fighter. I'm just saying I feel like he betrayed himself to be that. And it's
crazy because now that Beast Mode mentioned, Darion is the only person to not get into a fight this season.
True.
He's the only cast member to not get into a fight. So that's
and notice he pulled an Adrian from season, what season of that? Season maybe 15, 14, 16 of Bad Girls Club. She didn't fight anybody in the house either, but then she tried to get into it with production.
Oh, the host.
And I feel like that's kind of what Darion was doing when he took his shirt off. Mm-hmm. Like, remember he tried them security officers and they was just like, act crazy if you want. Like, because we can have fun up in here. But anyway, yeah, I just don't think he's a fighter, and that's fine. Like, don't need to be. Deborah Hood said, nah, it's because Darion was literally on people's laps and in their face in so many scenes. I'll give you that. And Case wasn't simping for nobody after he beat their ass. So I will say that. So
oh my gosh.
I think Darion thought he was going to be a fan favorite, and it's looking that way the first few episodes until he had weird energy towards Vonnie and enabled these violent outbursts.
I'm glad you brought that up, High Pisces, because Darion said something, and that was like, girl. So he was like, oh, I'm going to defend my man in private, but publicly, I'm going to defend him. I was like, it don't work like that. You're an enabler. And that's going to make him think that this behavior is okay. Like, no, I'm the type of person, and I want my partner to be the type of person, if you can, like, if you could check me in private, you check me in public. Because my behavior is like a reflection of you. And vice versa. So, like, I just wasn't rocking with that. Like, oh, I'll defend you. I mean, there's a way to, like, kind of check or reprimand your partner if they're like wilding out,
right?
But just to be like, oh, when we're in private, I'll talk to you about it. It's like, hell no, like, no, you doing some fuck shit and we out in public, I'm gonna address your fuck shit in a moment, respectfully, of course. But I was like, no, I'm not rocking with that.
I feel like It depends. Like if it's something small, like you said something stupid, then I'm gonna correct you in private. Like you shouldn't have said that shit.
Yeah, like
Like like when we're not in the group of people. But like if it's some shit like you rampaging and attacking
yeah,
people, I'm correcting
yeah.
you
We
in
got to
public
this
and
shit
in
right now,
private.
baby.
Like because that's extreme. Like you doing
Yeah.
the most.
Mm-hmm.
But Beastmo5 said Darian, Jacob, Alex, and Marquise, not bad boys at all. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Darian is a hot boy though, for sure.
Darian is a hot boy.
Like,
Darian should have been on like the come up.
I could see that. He definitely was better suited for the come up.
Yeah, Darian should.
I could see that for sure. He and what's their name? He and what should we call it? Could have been selling houses together. You already know who I'm talking about. Yes.
Mark Jacobs
two-piece. Yes. Her Marc Jacobs two-piece. I'm wearing white. I don't want to get dirty. Yes. Shout out to the Come Up New York, the latest season.
Check that out. Is a key, baby.
Yes, check that out. Yes. We did a review of that season. If you know, it was a kind of a fun so definitely check that out. But yes, definitely a key.
Oh, shit.
But yes, so to finish up the review, just a couple other things. Oh, I also wanted to point out people was calling D a hoe or Darian a hoe, but I also saw people lusting after D and Maj. So I'm like, is he a hoe or are y'all just mad that he was having dudes that y'all?
That's basically what it was.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if y'all had the opportunity, y'all would probably take it too. Like, so I don't know. But I thought that was true what he said. But yeah, outside of that, they just ended up ending the reunion. Like I said, I feel like Judy did a really good job. She stayed very professional and just tried to keep things on track. She didn't flip out or like get angry with them. I guess she knew where they were coming from. So really patient. Yeah, she seems like a lot more mature now. So it was good to see that from her.
Very good. Especially like if you watch season 7 and like the Gas and Love Games, it's really good to see Judy in this headspace. So like you said, I think she did a really good job. She looked gorgeous. Like
looked good.
She looked really good. So I feel like I agree with you. She did a really good job hosting. She should have had her purse on her on her stove.
My purse.
Season 7, she carried her purse every goddamn where. And a jacuzzi with her purse. I'm like, girl, I hope you ain't got nothing valuable in there.
Right. A cell phone. Something.
Maybe it is gone.
Hi Pisces said, this isn't BBC related, but Key and Carrie, I love toxic energies and sense of humor. What are your signs? I must know. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that like you enjoy our ramblings, our foolishness. But I'm a Taurus. I'll let Trey tell you what he is.
Anyway, Gemini. Yeah, I'm a
Gemini baby. I love Geminis though.
You shady as fuck, but it's cool. It's cool. Just know that my second face is just as handsome as my first one.
Period. Okay. Now, is your second face wearing color contacts? That's what I want to know.
I don't even have a rebuttal for that. I kind of want to say yeah, but you know what? Yes, my second face is wearing the cat cup, the cat eye color. Yes,
I can't.
Yes, baby.
Oh my god. Oh yes, we love thick grown Judy, baby. Yes, we live. She looked really good.
She did.
Yeah, she looked really good.
Yeah, shout out to Judy. Shout out to Judy.
I wanted to see Vonnie and Judy interact more. I thought that would have been cute because they both kind of have that like funny energy. I thought that would have been cool. But...
Does Diego kind of remind you more of? Does he remind you of Judy or does he remind you of Janae from BGC 10? I think of Janae from BGC 10.
I definitely see Janae.
Like, I remember Judy was, drunk, but Janae was just all over the goddamn place. Like, falling all over the place. Literally, she couldn't stand on her own. Like,
Judy would get drunk and like be lit. I feel like Janae would get drunk and start crying. Like she would just like have a breakdown. So it's like,
it's doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Diego.
yeah, and shout out to Janae. Um, shout out to Pickens Plays as well for being here. Thank you. He
Yes.
said, dude,
Pickens plays, baby.
yes, Pickens always plays, as we know. Um, did we ever find out if Alex only casted because someone in production wanted to smash? Because how and why? That's interesting because he brought his man. So I'm like, did the producer just say, "Oh, you could bring your man too"? Like
Maybe
it
the
could.
producer thought maybe this is supposed to be like a house full of just threesomes in three ways.
Ooh, okay,
Maybe they were
that's a
casted
lot.
under the impression that the producer could have both of them. I want the both of you. Maybe that's what it's giving. I don't know.
It wasn't worth it.
It wasn't.
I
They
would
were
have asked
born.
that producer if it was worth it because I don't think it was.
Alex,
Anyway,
I don't think so.
Darian definitely gave me Zuli from BGC 90s talking about beating bitches up, but ain't lay one hand all season. She was too busy trying to beat something else up.
Turning the house out, baby.
Listen, with her predatory ass,
Right?
like, girl,
It was very aggressive.
yeah,
And then just sit there and watch Dre get jumped. I was like, oh.
a mess. I ain't saying Darian is scary, but I don't think he be on the shit like that. True. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's like don't try to portray yourself to be something that you're not. A period Taurus and Gemini are opposites attract. True. Hi Pisces, yes. Now don't drag us for our signs now, because I know there's some defamation out there on both Tauruses and Geminis. More Geminis, but still. Alex was casted because he was vetted by Jacob. Jacob was supposed to be the star, so he came as a package deal. He was supposed to be the star? This season was doomed from the start.
My goodness.
Sorry.
Not Jacob the star. Really? What personality?
Not Darian reminded me of Chloe Bailey. Why?
Y'all is cutting up in these comments, baby. Not Chloe Bailey.
Oh my god. Do you ever wonder if somebody's fucking your man? Oh my goodness. That's the lyric from one of her songs. But Jesus. What reminds you of about him, about Chloe Bailey? I want to know. But yeah, before we go, any thoughts? Any final thoughts on the part 3 of season 8 of Bad Boys Club, produced by Gemini Films? Also, obviously the last entry in this season.
Finale.
So, yes. Any thoughts? Any words?
I am as kind of like I feel like somebody said earlier, the season as underwhelming as the season was, like I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I always kind of feel like a little bit of like sadness whenever we wrap or whenever Bad Boys Club wraps and whenever we have to like wrap up the reviews. So like I did enjoy the season. It did introduce me to some interesting characters, and I do want to applaud and thank Kelton if he ever watches this. Barney, if you're still here, tell Barney I said this. But I do want to thank Kelton for just being vulnerable and just being transparent and open as he was. And Vonnie for just entertaining us and being authentic and standing 10 toes down. So and Maj for just keeping his foot on the girl's neck and let them know that they're some punk ass bitches, and y'all gonna be some punk ass bitches. Mom, letting y'all know that y'all some punk ass bitches because y'all punk ass bitches do nothing. That's basically what it gave. But I feel a little bit of sadness that the season is wrapped. But I know season 9 is coming, so I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm excited for the come up at
Atlanta.
Not to cut you off. Yes, season 4. Yeah, we'll definitely be covering that as well. So definitely, come back next. I don't know when it comes out. Maybe Friday or Saturday. And key with us on that show too, because I'm sure it's gonna be a key. I watched the trailer and it seemed like it's gonna be interesting. Real interesting.
Very juicy.
The girls love just sleeping with somebody else, man. Like just love just swapping fluids with other, hey, it is what it is. But yeah. Vadi said Thank y'all for helping me shine, baby. Everybody loves Key and Carrie reviews. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we try. We got to be more consistent.
Yes, literally.
Outside of
If it
that,
was not for you and Diego, like
yeah,
this
I don't know
season,
if we would have made
it would
it.
have been yeah, like So yeah, thank you, Vonnie, and again, thank you to everybody that came through.
But it's 360 set, and it's still not even on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to y'all know if it's coming to YouTube. To be honest, maybe like when the next season is coming out, they might put it on YouTube.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm not like a producer or anything, but like the reunion, I don't feel like was that violent or that extreme where it can't be posted on
I think
YouTube.
it was more so just like because people want to watch it, and it's like, you know, for that extra to see the rest of it, like pay for this, you know. I don't think he put it on Patreon because it was violent.
Okay.
I think he put it on there just, you know, because people want to see it, so you put it behind a paywall. But
got you.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it's like, damn, I do feel like, you know, you should release it. You should have put it on Patreon at first and then released it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, you know,
because he did season 7 reunion like that. He uploaded it to, I think, like OnlyFans, and then eventually posted it to YouTube.
Right.
Hopefully this season will be posted to YouTube shortly.
Denise Lux, I do think that the come up is going to be on YouTube as well. Yeah, I do think that that's going to be there. Hopefully, I think that wouldn't be a good move if not trying to tell him how to run his network, but I don't think that'd be a good look if you just put that up there too. But yeah, hopefully it is. Karan said a lot of the cast members were putting drinks on his car and saying it was on him.
My goodness.
Oh, not that's the fraud you was talking about. The scamming, baby, making them pieces hit. My goodness.
My goodness. What an open tab on somebody else's credit card.
Right? I guess he lost $3,000 in damages from the reunion and had to pay the bar back. So that's why the reunion was on Patreon too. Oh, wow. That's crazy. They was running amok in that bitch. So yeah, I'm not surprised. $3,000 in damages.
Virtual reunions from now on, shit.
Yeah, that's imagine them yelling over a webcam. My goodness. Like they mama come out, calm your ass down. Why the hell is you in here yelling? Like oh my God. But yes, we appreciate everybody that came through. We appreciate the season, Gemini Filmz as well, who has shown us so much love you know, throughout us reviewing their shows. So can't wait to review the Come Up ATL. But yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta highlight this too. Why we gotta pay for a weed break? You know what it's giving? Like when you got like when your whole class got in trouble because of what somebody else did. It's like, why are we all in trouble? But yeah, that's kind of what's given. But yeah, this has been Key and Carrie, where we key
and we carry.
I've been Damon.
I'm Troy.
And we will see y'all in the next one. Have a good Saturday. Be safe, y'all.
Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe.
Yes, join us again soon for the come up, probably next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it's out on Patreon.